Because life is harder with ADHD.
Yeah.
It wrecked my marriage because I was a control freak. I was angry. It wrecked my body. Unmanaged ADHD can wreck your life, but managed ADHD. I truly, if you're hiding that from them or other people, that is a very difficult existence.
So many parents are worried about like telling their kids you have an ADHD and talking about it because they are worried that their kids might just be too open to everybody about his diagnosis. They care about like how people see their kids, even though there are some good people, but there are some people that still have like bad stigma with ADHD. So that's the thing that like South Korean parents are worried about. So do you have any advice on that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is a huge stigma. Well, how to tell your kids? So I have very controversial opinions on how to approach ADHD with your kids or with other people, or how to talk about it, because ADHD is a disability. And in Canada, I don't know about in Korea, but in Canada it is recognized as a disability. Is it in Korea?
No.
So in Canada it is, because life is harder with ADHD. That's true.
Yeah.
It wrecked my marriage because I was a control freak. I was angry. I would scream. I was emotionally dysregulated. It wrecked my career because of my anxiety, and I had no courage, and there were so many things. I was always worried about screwing up. It wrecked my body. I'm a binge eater, so with ADHD always comes some sort of addiction. It could be good, bad, but there's always an addiction, and mine has always been food. So I was a binge eater. So I was not healthy. I was not active. It really makes life harder. Unmanaged. Unmanaged ADHD can wreck your life. Unmanaged ADHD, but managed ADHD. I truly believe, and this is where it gets controversial because I've had lots of debates and arguments with people about it. It is a superpower. It is my superpower, 100%. I believe in, and the way I talk about it to my kids is that way. Like, yeah, you have ADHD, and these are the things that are always going to be crap parts for you. But also, you're amazing in so many ways. And people with ADHD are creators, and entrepreneurs, and they're innovative, and they're outside of the box thinkers. They're so fun. They love people. They want to make a difference in the world. Like, there's so many very common traits in people with ADHD. And so the first thing to do, with your kid is to say, this is why you're amazing. And then when it comes to that, like the stigma and the embarrassment and the shame piece around it, I mean, that's why we're doing this and talking about it.
Talking about it. The world should know that.
The world has to know that. And I always say that, what is neurotypical anyway? So the more that people are open and talk about it, and parents are okay with their kid talking about it, the more normal it'll become. And the people who don't accept it, who cares? It's science.
Yeah. So how do your kids who they are as an ADHD?
My kids know the best parts of them, right? That energy, the hyper focus, the things that they can do that other kids can't do. They're very good at sports. So a lot of kids with ADHD channel their energy into sports. My kids play soccer competitively, and they love it. What's difficult is the emotional dysregulation piece. You can scream, slam doors, and that's the sort of stuff that like she hates about herself. She can be very forgetful. She can get very hyper focused on things. She hates herself for it. She knows. But that's the sort of stuff. Okay, yeah, medication can help for it, but understanding the self-awareness that comes with knowing you have ADHD and that it's it and not you, right, is very, very powerful for kids. Because if you're hiding that from them or other people, that is a very difficult existence, thinking that I'm a bad kid. I hit this kid because I'm bad, not because it's a symptom. And that's not that it's an excuse. Like I talk about that all the time in my ad. Symptoms are an explanation. They're not an excuse. So just because you have ADHD doesn't mean you can go around hitting people and swearing at people and say, sorry, I have ADHD. No, not sorry. You're still a human being that exists in this world. So you can't do that. And we're going to find a way to do that. We love you, and we know that you're great, and that you don't mean to do these things, but we're going to find a way to manage that, right? Yeah, my kids are open about it, obviously, because I am, and they do. They love themselves for it.
That's great.
Yes.
We all want our kids to have that kind of view on themselves.
Yes.